So I have a nice video here of Charlie Kirk. He's going to admit something that, in retrospect, he might regret. Let's take a listen, and then I'll respond.
I don't believe in religious freedom for Satanists. I don't. Religious freedom means Christian freedom and Jewish freedom and other types of religions that I think are acceptable. But we should totally ban Satanists from the public square. Again, Kelly doesn't have an opinion on this.
Opinions heard on this.
But what I'm saying, though, is that, like, they believe in, like, child pedophilia, and they call themselves a religion.
Right.
So, and I know why First Liberty has to say what you say and all that, but no, like, that's not a religion. It's not. And so we cloak Christian liberty under religious freedom, and I think that's helpful in the courts, but I refuse to believe the Founding Fathers thought the fruits of liberty would include the American Satanist Convention.
Well, I mean, the Founding Fathers believed slavery could be, part of the country. So it's not like they have strong moral objections to some of the most abhorrent things. They were on board with some of the most abhorrent things. But anyway, putting that aside, I mean, these people believe in child pedophilia. Oh, you mean like the Catholic Church, which was known for rampant and widespread and systematic child pedophilia? By the way, child pedophilia is redundant. It's just pedophilia. I mean, you're not a religion because of X. It's like, well, they could still, so anything bad that's supported makes them not a religion? Well, I got news for you. If that's the criteria, then nothing's a religion because all the religions have aspects of it that are horrendous. Horrendous. So you can't say, since that thing's bad, it doesn't count as a religion. Well, that's not the way it works. It could be bad, and it's a religion. So I don't, but he admits something there that's astonishing. He says, I don't believe in religious freedom. Because Satanists exist. Okay, I'm going to blow everybody's mind here. Well, actually, you guys probably know this, but apparently Charlie Kirk doesn't. Like the Church of Satan, or whatever they call themselves these days, it's a troll. It's a troll. So the idea behind it is you have usually conservative places in the country. They'll put up like some 10 Commandment shit in front of a public courthouse. And it's the Church of Satan goes there and they put up some sort of Hail Satan shit. And then there's a lawsuit, and then they have to take down the 10 Commandments because they go, look, we have separation of church and state. You can't, on public land, promote one religion over another religion. You're just supposed to have, the government is the government and religion is religion. It's separate because the government has to represent everybody, can't represent a particular religious viewpoint. We're not a theocracy. So that's what they're in the business of. They're in the business of trying to protect secularism in the country. Which makes sense. They don't actually believe that, like, Satan is Lord. They don't think Satan's real. These are non-believers who believe in secularism, who are trying to preserve secularism by doing these high-minded troll jobs, which end up winning in court. But he acts like he thinks they're real. Like, he thinks they're actually, I mean, maybe there's a handful of people out there who genuinely, like, worship Satan or whatever, but what percentage of the population is that? And by the way, that doesn't mean that what they're doing is not a religion. Of course it's religious. It's by definition religious. But he's want to throw out religious freedom because there are people who he doesn't like, who he doesn't want to grant them freedom and the ability to worship and believe as they believe. I mean, it's so indicative of the right-wing conception of freedom. They don't actually believe in freedom. They believe in freedom as long as I allow it. It's like when they talk about free speech. They don't actually want free speech. They just want to be the censors. They just want to be the ones who are in control of what's allowed and what's not allowed. And you see this all the time. How many right-wingers lost their minds and on principle objected when various Antifa accounts were banned from Twitter? Zero. Now, on the flip side, when some right-wing figure gets banned, I'm out here saying, don't ban them, because I'm principled on it. They're not. They are not. It's a ruse. It's a game. It's a tactic to them. But there you go. I mean, that's a huge admission from Charlie Kirk. He doesn't believe in religious freedom. And he's a religious person. Well, I'm not a religious person, and I do believe in religious freedom. So, there's that. If you want to see me and Crystal Ball interview legends like Noam Chomsky, Cornel West, and more, subscribe to Crystal Kyle and Friends on Substack. $5 a month gets you the video version a day early. Remember, we take 0 ad dollars for this podcast. Or you can sign up on Substack for free and get the audio version a day later. Link in the video description box below.